What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today, I said that really funny. For you, today is Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. We're talking NBA player props over on Prize Picks, and as always, I hope this video finds you all doing well. To kick things off, we'll recap our plays from Sunday since there were no NBA games yesterday, which was Monday, and then we'll jump into the Prize Picks board because I have three player props that I want to share with you today. A fourth one that I'm leaning on, and I do want your input on this, and you can leave all the comments below once we get to that point. Not sure about this fourth pick, but I think I got some pretty good some notes on it, so I'll share all that with you as well. If you like the way all that sounds, then I encourage you to stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, click the notification icon, get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and this channel. And without further delay, let us jump into those plays from Sunday. Big pile of puke on Sunday. Let's just quickly run through these plays. To be honest with you, we were 0-4. None of the plays that we talked about worked out for us, and you know, it's bittersweet. Being a Celtics fan, I was very happy to see the Celtics advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. However, not really happy with how the game played out. Just really lopsided. And then in terms of the scoring, it was really all about Jason Tatum, and everyone else played second fiddle. Jaylen Brown did go over his point prop. However, I don't believe many Celtics, if any Celtics, went over PRA, PA, PR, free throws made. I mean, shoot, even field goals attempted. I don't believe anybody went over that line except for Jason Tatum. And then on the other side, just not a whole lot going on there. Maxey did not come through on his point prop, PRA prop, fantasy score prop. Harden and Embiid didn't come close. Tobias Harris was the leading scorer of that game with 19 points. So that says it all right there. So just an ugly day overall from the player prop perspective. And we look to move on and just get away from this big pile of puke. We got a new series, to talk about today between the Lakers and the Nuggets. So we're gonna transition back to the Prize Picks board and start breaking down a few of these plays. All right, back on the Prize Picks board. Let's start breaking down these three plays, and a couple of them are a little different than what we usually look at. But because we have so many categories, to consider now, it does really open up some options. So the first prop on the board I want to talk about is going to be a three-pointer attempted prop, and it's going to be for Jamal Murray. Currently sitting at 7.0 three-pointers attempted. I like the over on this one. Let's head on over to props.cash, and then we'll break this one down. All right, over on props.cash, we're pulling up Jamal Murray's points over the course of the playoffs. So let's go ahead and select the playoff split. We'll need to scroll down to field goals attempted and three-pointers attempted. So I already got some notes here. You can look at these charts, but I'm going to read off a few notes to you. So during the regular season, Jamal Murray averaged 7.3 three-pointers per game versus the Los Angeles Lakers. So let's go ahead and split that up, and we can come down here and see in those 4 meetings, he averaged 7.3 three-pointers made versus the Lakers. Now, there have been 2 series so far for the Nuggets. They played the Wolves in the first round, and then they played the Phoenix Suns in the second round. So looking at that first series versus Minnesota, in those 5 games, Murray averaged 8.4 three-pointers per game. Then in the Phoenix series, he averaged 6.5. So total after 2 rounds, 7.3 three-pointers attempted per game when you factor in all 11 games. Now, I understand that the series versus Phoenix, it was below what we need him to be at today, which is 7. But there are games in that Phoenix series where Jamal Murray did take way more than 7 three-point attempts. I mean, he took 7 in the last game, took 9 and took 10 in the first 2 games of this series, and then kind of slowed down the shot volume from behind the arc in game 3, 4, and 5. Just looking at what we saw from the Golden State Warriors, specifically Steph Curry, he averaged 11 three-pointers per game. And I'm not saying Jamal Murray is Steph Curry, but what I am saying, aside from their names rhyming, what I am saying is that the Lakers are allowing that. So I don't even believe that it's a Curry thing. I just think the Lakers are going to allow those looks. And because of that, I like the over on this 7 3-pointers attempted. And the great thing about the attempts is, unless you're taking the over on his points, you're not tied to him making the shot. You just want to see him get the shots up. So 7 to me feels a little low. I like the over on this one. There's a chance that this could get bumped up throughout the series. If he has a good game in game 1, I would believe that this gets bumped up to 7.5 or 8 in game 2 or game 3. But for now, we're taking the over on 7 3-pointers attempted from Jamal Murray as our play number 1. All right, play number 2 is going to be another different prop, I guess you can say. So we're gonna head on over to the field goals made prop, and I want to scroll on down until we get to Austin Reeves. Field goals made set at 5.0 today. I really like the over on this one. We're going to head back to props.cash, and I'll tell you why. I told you some of these props were a little different than what we're used to talking about, but I think they're good ones. So let's scroll on down to, let's make sure we have the playoff split up and running. And let's scroll on down to the field goals attempted. So let's take a look at this. So Austin Reeves. I like this one for him because you can see that his attempts have really gone up. Looking at how the series versus Golden State played out, he had that first game where he was okay from the field, but man, that second game he really shot poorly. And then we saw not just, less shots made in the third game, but we saw less shots attempted. So either he wasn't feeling himself or the game plan was to not allow him to shoot as much. And then something switched, in the next 3 games where you can see the shot volume increase as did his shots made. And so when we're looking at a field goal made prop of 5 for Austin Reeves, we can see that in the last 3 games, he averaged well over that. And you can see that in the first 3 games, he didn't. So I guess you can ask yourself, which Austin Reeves are we going to get in this series? And I think we're going to get the Austin Reeves that we've been seeing the last 3 games. He's averaging 36 minutes per game over those games. This is super important to know because in the most crucial games, in the biggest moments, Darvin Ham trusts Reeves to be on the floor in the game. So as long as he's in the game, I think he's gonna shoot. He's knocked down some pretty big shots. He's knocked down some timely shots, to give the Lakers the lead or to increase the lead. He's not afraid of the moment. And as long as you're on the floor, you have a shot, no pun intended, to make a shot. And so I'm looking for this to cover, to hit, well before the fourth quarter. 5 it just seems a little too low for me. I also like his 3-pointers made on the day, which is at 1.5. So, if he attempts, 3-4 3-pointers in this game, he's over halfway there to this 5.0 field goals made prop. So I like this for him, averaging 6.3 field goals made in those last 3 games versus Golden State. I believe this momentum continues into this series. He's playing with a lot of confidence now. He's got 2 playoff rounds under his belt. He knows he's good. He knows he's, going to be one of the better players out there on the floor. And I think we see that continue in this series. Give me the over 5.0 field goals made for Austin Reeves as our play number 2. All right, and for our third play on the day, I want to talk about D'Angelo Russell's point prop set to 14.5. I think it might be prop just right, but I still really like the over on this one for a few reasons. We'll head on over to props.cash and we'll break this one down. All right, so looking at D'Angelo Russell's game log throughout the playoffs, we can see that he's gone over this prop 62% of the time. Now, in the series versus Golden State, we can scroll down here. In the series versus Golden State, we can see that actually we don't even need to scroll down there. My bad. I was kind of used to scrolling down to see the field goal attempts, and we're talking about points in this one. So in the series versus Golden State, he went over this line 4 out of 6 games. in actually both series, Memphis and Golden State. 1, 2, 3, 4 times versus Memphis. 1, 2, 3, 4 times versus Golden State. I think his points have been the most consistent part of his game in the playoffs. You know, we've seen his assists kind of decrease game over game. Really not known to be a strong rebounder, though he will grab his fair share. But you know, with the assists kind of on the decline, it's really hurt his PRA and fantasy scores. And so instead of looking at those where you need so many things to go right, and you really need a player that's active across the board and doing many things, I'm going to focus on the one thing that D'Angelo Russell has shown us he can do regardless of the game situation, blowout, whatever, and that's score. So I think 14.5, I think that's a good line for him. Also, you know, if you watch that Phoenix and Denver series, I mean, you saw Devin Booker just go off and kind of just have his way with this Denver backcourt. Now, in no way am I comparing D'Angelo Russell to Devin Booker. But we can't ignore what we saw from Devin Booker. And I think that we see a similar result from D'Angelo Russell in this series. I think he has some success in this series from the mid-range and from three. Denver's going to give him these looks. He's definitely going to take them. And so if he's shooting and his shot's falling, I don't think this is going to be a difficult prop for him to go over. Give me the over 14.5 points for D'Angelo Russell, and it just got bumped. That's how good of a prop that was, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? I said it was too low, and it was too low. So 15 points. Do we still like this? I mean, I do. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna say I like this because I wrote all this stuff up and I prepped this pick. I was able to get this pick out to our members yesterday, well before the bump. So hopefully they got this one locked in. But for us now, it is now 15 points. If you don't like it at 15, definitely stay away from it. I'm not going to say you have to play this, but man, 14.5 looks a lot better now that it got bumped up to 15, right? So D'Angelo Russell over 15 points today. That's play number 3. All right, and for the fourth play, not official play, but I do want to talk about this one very quickly. It's LeBron James PRA set to 39.5, and this is a question that I put out in the Discord last night. Have we ever seen LeBron James PRA under 40? Have we seen it under 40 in the playoffs? I don't think we have. I mean, man, I really want to take the over on this one, but I need some help. I need some input from you all. I do have a few notes here, so we don't need to go over to props.cash for this one. I just want to share these notes with you, okay? So, you know, the first observation, it was just looking at how Denver allowed Durant to shoot at will in that last series. You know, he averaged 23 field goals attempted per game. He had a 45%, you know, shooting. He shot 45% from the field. I can't see how LeBron, if he's left open to shoot, I can't see how he doesn't knock down 50% of his attempts. I mean, he was 49.5% from the field versus Golden State. We focus a lot on his three-point inefficiency, but he still shot almost 50% from the field. And he only took 18 shots per game. I think there's some room for him to shoot more. When we look at game 1 to game 6, you know, James progressively got worse from threes. You know, he started off at 67% in game 1, and then it just declined, you know, over the course of the series down to 12.5%. That was where he was in game 6. So his percentages were 67, 43, 22, 50, 38, and then 12.5, 13% in that last game. He ended the series shooting 38.6%. When that's 6.5 higher than his regular season average. So despite his shooting woes from behind the arc, he's actually shooting better than he did in the regular season. And I guess we don't really see it that way because the games are so condensed and we're watching more games in a shorter period of time versus a 6-month season. You're not really paying attention to every single game. So just things are a little bit more under a microscope in the playoffs. But so if he's going to shoot that way again in the series, if we believe that his threes aren't going to fall, I mean, are they going to be better? Is he going to outshoot his regular season average by 10% in this round? I don't know. But I do believe that, you know, there's a strong chance we see James be more aggressive in this series. it's the Western Conference Finals. It's getting, more competitive. Obviously, the Denver Nuggets are a better, stronger team than the Warriors. Maybe we see LeBron James, take it up a notch, knowing that's what his team needs versus a stronger opponent. I'm just expecting maybe more drives, more contested shots in the paint, drawing fouls. Maybe we get back to that version of LeBron James. But man, this 39.5 PRA is so low. So his point prop today is set to 25.5. And his his rebounds and assists is set to 14.5. So if we do this math for LeBron James here, and we look at, he needs 26 points, and he also needs, where are you? He needs 26 points and 15 rebounds and assists to clear both of these props individually. That gives him 41 PRA, and that is, 39.5. He needs 40, so it's one less when you do that math. But creating the clearest path to his success, do we believe he scores 26 points tonight? Because if you believe he scores 26 points tonight, I don't see how he doesn't get this. My only hesitation is we haven't seen him score over 26 points very many times in the playoffs. So if he doesn't score 26 points, let's say he gives you 25 or 24, that means he has to outplay this prop. Instead of giving you 15 rebounds and assists, he has to give you 16, 17 total rebounds and assists. So I guess the question here is, what do we see being the more realistic outcome? If we like the over on this prop of 39.5 PRA, is it going to be because he goes over points, over both points and rebounds and assists? Or is it going to be because he dominates with his points and then his rebounds and assists take a back seat? Or he doesn't come close to this. Maybe he gives you 23, 24, but he gives you 17, 18 rebounds and assists. That's kind of what I'm having problems with, trying to figure out, do I want to go over on LeBron James today? Such a low number. It's not going to be this low for the rest of the series. I can't see them keeping it under 40. This is just a really low number. I think it's good value on the board. I'm considering taking the over on this one, but let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on LeBron James. 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you like the over or do you like the under on that one? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly recap these three plays. We like the over Jamal Murray, 7 3-pointers attempted. We like the over Austin Reeves, 5 field goals made. And then we like the over D'Angelo Russell, freaking 15 points now. It was 14.5 versus the Denver Nuggets today. And then we talked about, do we or don't we like the over? Do we not like the under on LeBron James, 39.5 PRA. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video. Drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Prize Picks board, as well as what your thoughts are over these plays that we talked about in today's video. As always, thank you all so much for the continued support. Your likes, your subs, your comments continue to help this channel get a bit bigger every single day, as we are now less than 100 subscribers away from 5,000. Thank you all so much. Best of luck to you. Oh, wait. If you're interested at all, and you should be, because it's a lot of fun over there, but check out the link to the free player prop Discord in the description below. Click it, verify you're human, and read over a few rules, and you are in. All right, now best of luck to you all tonight. If you tail any of these plays, drop a comment below. Let me know that you did. And until tomorrow's NBA playoff player prop Prize Picks video, Chavez is